Let's start off with who are you and where are you from?
My name is Natalie Olivo. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised.
What do you go by?
All right, My name is Natalie Olivo. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised. I go by Posh Pirate on all my social media platforms. But I prefer for people to just call me Natalie.
Sounds good. So Natalie, what does your art mean to you?
My art means life. I think it's real funny actually when people ask me that question because it's like me asking you, what does breathing mean to you? Well, it means everything, right? Because it's like breathing is how you get to exist on this earth. And that's how I feel about my art. I feel like my art is like breathing. It's of the utmost importance, but it has that like level of like importance and urgency in my life. Like I need to breathe and I need to create the same way. I constantly need to be creating. And when I don't create, it actually like brings me down. Sometimes like I feel like when things aren't going right, I'm like, it's because I'm not painting enough.
Okay. So how did art play a role in your early stages in life?
So when I was younger, we didn't have social media or anything like that. So my mom used to get me composition notebooks and pens. And so that was like her way of keeping me at bay and occupied. And I'm pretty sure it was also her way of, utilizing those moments to nurture my talents. My aunt is an artist, my mother is an artist, and growing up, I was surrounded by constant, like, different forms of creativity. My mom was a musician, my aunt was a fine artist, visual artist, and so I constantly was like overstimulated with just various forms of creativity. And I was always really fascinated with my aunt's work, and she worked side by side with me and did exercises, and she really helped me fine-tune my art. And I feel like seeing my mom pursue her music, it was a good example. Like if you have a dream, then you have to go for it. Literally though, as far as, I'm sorry, we're gonna edit that out, right? Okay. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Okay. But yeah, those are the origins of my art. Is, my mom, fuck.
No, you honestly, like that whole...
Was enough?
Was enough.
It was
Yeah,
to work with, at least? Okay.
Do you remember your first piece? Like, how did you feel when you first completed that first piece?
Oh, yes. Actually, I love this question. Okay, so...
And remember, I forgot to tell this at the beginning, always include the question and the answer because you're not going to hear my voice. So I'm gonna cut to your answers.
Okay, so we might have to do that again then.
Oh, I checked.
Yeah.
The other ones were okay. There's
Okay.
enough context to know what I asked you, but for these phone ones.
Okay, what was the question?
How did you feel when you completed your first piece?
Okay, how did I feel when I completed my first piece? So I actually want to connect this to my younger years as an artist. So this is like really far back, but when I was in kindergarten, this is how I knew that I had something that was different, something that not everybody could do. When I was in kindergarten, we had an assignment to paint an occupation that we would like when we got older. And I wanted to, I don't know why, but I wanted to ride a bulldozer. So I wanted to work in construction. I know that sounds so crazy. But when I was growing up, that was actually something that my mom did. She worked in carpentry. And so it was just always something I was interested in. So I drew a bulldozer. And when everybody seen my bulldozer, they were like, oh my God. They were like, can you draw mine? And then all of a sudden, there was like a line of kids behind me waiting for me to like draw their pictures. And that's when I was like, whoa, like I can do something that these kids can't do. And that was the first kind of realization that I had this talent. And like for me, it was second nature, but it was something that I feel kind of made me feel I don't know, special when I was younger. You know, I felt like, I don't know, I felt blessed.
Good.
Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm the worst with this.
No,
But,
this is all-
okay.
Say what you gotta say. Light the cameras on.
So I remember I actually, I painted in school. I learned, I took basic like art courses in elementary, junior high school, and in high school. And I remember that, you know, I did paintings, I did different, you know, assignments that they gave us in school, like art related. But I actually didn't start painting, like my own work till I was probably 26, about 26 years old when I created my first art piece, my first painting, and it sucked. It was horrible. It was bad, but you know, there was such a fluidity in the process. Like it just felt right. Like even though I know I didn't do a great job, I knew that I was talented in illustrations and, you know, drawing. So I knew I just had to perfect the technique, and then I'd be able to like express myself fluidly the way I wanted to on canvas. So I painted my first piece. I was 26 years old, and it came out horrible. And but again, it was just like, let me tell you something. It's true what they say. It's not about talent. You know, like you could have talent, and that's beautiful. It's a great thing, but like nothing beats consistency, practice, and passion. And I feel like that's like something like even when I wasn't great, like I just felt like I was the greatest. And I think that's what really kind of like, I don't know, just set the stage for me being where I'm at today, period, is the fact that I realized that there was another way that I could express myself. And like on canvas, I feel like that's like my full expression. I feel fluid. I really don't know how otherwise, like, I really don't know another way to explain it other than it's like breathing. It literally is like second nature. People ask me all the time, how do you do what you do? Or how do you choose the colors you choose? Or how do you know how to blend? How do you know how to like push and pull the image in the canvas? And how do you know how to make it, you know, three-dimensional? And literally, sometimes I want to give an extremely like intelligent answer. Sometimes I want to, you know, be able to give like the proper direction. And you can teach technique, but ultimately those are just things that I just acquired over time, just from, you know, practice and literally just sometimes not even practice. Sometimes it's just like, it's there. Like it's in me, it's what I do. And I feel like, you know, when you have a purpose in your life, like, and everyone's purpose is different, everyone's purpose is unique, everyone has their own thing. But I feel like when you find what's your thing, what's yours, it's like second nature. It's like you have to learn the logistics and like specifics of how to do it, but it's not hard. It just comes so natural.
So earlier you spoke about how art was introduced to you and kind of like what it meant to you then. How has that meaning, how has art, I guess, developed with you over the years into what it means to you now as opposed to what it was then?
So art today, it means everything. My art today means, what my art means to me today. Sorry, let me do this again.
That was so clearly like, you're just too obvious on that, baby. You got it.
Okay, I know. What my art means to me today.
Hello? Say something.
Yes. Did I hit something on my back by maybe?
Yeah, I think it just had a moment. It was just the antenna probe.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna sound so retarded on this. I already know.
Nah,
This is not my forte. I'm not a speaker. Okay.
you trust me. I spent enough time with you.
No.
You
I'm a
can
speaker
talk.
with us, like,
Yes.
you know, in conversation, not in front of a camera. Okay.
There's no camera.
Or being put.
The thing found your passion, that first spark of realizing with those kindergarten kids next to you and what it meant to you then, how has that relationship with art evolved to present day Natalie, 2021 Natalie? How's that role, that role developed between you and art since then?
As far as how the role of art has developed in my life, I would say that, quite honestly, since I guess my discovery of my talent and my skill set when I was very young, it's literally has been consistently the same. Art, like I said, has always been second nature. It's like breathing, and that's never changed. When I was younger, it really just immediately, my talent, the art, the creativity, it immediately became a part of how I identify with myself. And it's been like that forever. Even when I wasn't painting and I was just illustrating, even when I was just exploring different mediums and trying to find my voice, it's always been the same. It's a relationship. It's very personal. It's very intimate. That's never changed. I literally feel like my art is my friend. My art is my love. And I feel like so many moments in my life revolve around me existing through my art. When I've gone through hardships, I feel like my art was not only therapy, it was like my confidant, you know? I feel like there's been times where I'm painting and I just look at my art and I feel a sense of deep love. And I feel like there's many moments where I feel like I'm learning lessons, life lessons, not even just like, you know, technical lessons or creative lessons. I feel like life lessons about perseverance, about consistency, about the details. And so my relationship with my art, and I know that I've spoken to other artists and they feel the same way, is extremely personal. And I'm not saying personal as in like no one else is allowed into that, because actually everybody is allowed into it. I hope that everyone always feels like they're a part of my process and my art, not because they see it, but because when they see my art, it makes them feel something. You know, that's an invitation. That's an invitation to my soul, you know, when I'm showing people my work. And even like, you know, when I create it, you know, I create it, it's like a collaboration with me on the canvas. Like, okay, like, what are we gonna do, you know, to like blow minds today, you know? Or you know what, like what's happening right now, you know, that it's like I don't know, it's a collaboration. Me and my art and the process and just the whole experience. It's very intimate, it's very deep, it's very personal. It's always been like that. It's been like that since I was 5 years old, and I realized that I can draw, and I could do something that was exceptional. And literally, I feel like my art is alive outside of me, and you can keep that in the clip, because it really takes on a life of its own. I feel like when I step in front of a canvas, the image is already there. I see it on a blank canvas, I see it in my mind, I see it on the canvas, and I literally just pick the paint up and just trace what I'm seeing. And it's not there yet, but it's like I know that it's there. I see it, the canvas is expressing it, and I'm literally just doing what she tells me. I'm just following the lines, the imaginary lines that I see on the canvas that already exist. And I really feel like sometimes I'm painting and I zone out. I'm not even paying attention. And then like I'll come back and I'm just like, oh, wait a second, I'm painting. And I'll look and would like, you know, have like been working on this detail or this shading or this shadowing or highlighting. And I'm just like, whoa, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that I was even doing that. And then when I see it and I'm just like, wow, like that's so crazy. Like sometimes I feel like something takes over me, and I just like, you know, again, it's like if it's something outside of me, you know, and sometimes I'm blown away. I even get emotional because I'm like, like how am I creating this? Like where is this coming from? You know? And I feel like it's one of those things that you don't know until you experience it, you know? And I'm sure like probably other creatives feel the same way, you know? When they create something that in their heart, maybe not to everybody, but within their own heart that they feel is magnificent, and they think to themselves like, wow, like how am I even capable of like, you know, doing these things? So my art is, I know it sounds so cliche, but it is my life. It is my lifeline. It is my love, the love that I have for my life. And it infiltrates everything. It affects the way I cook. It affects the way I dress. It affects how I interact with people. It affects my critical thinking and just how I navigate through life and personalities. And, you know, it's everything, because it's not even just the art. It's the creativity. It's the creative force. It's so much bigger than us. And I think that if you just look around in everyday life, like, you're looking at the creative force at work. You're looking at it happen every day around you. When you see buildings go up, when you see people creating businesses, when, you know, something as simple as the pen that you use, someone created that, you know? And it's like, it literally is something that is a driving force of its own, outside of whoever it is that's creating. And, you know, it's just like, your mind is just kind of like a vehicle, you know, for the creativity, or for the creative, like, I don't know, just force that I think that sometimes through some people, you know, it just like blasts like right through them, you know, and it's like pow, and then like all of a sudden you have a masterpiece, you have the Sistine Chapel, you know, it's like, it's something that is so much bigger than us. And I think that's why art outlasts and it outlives us, because it's like ultimately we're just the instruments, you know, but the art, that's what lives on, that's what's forever. And it's like, I think that's the beautiful thing about being a creative, is that when I'm gone, you know, my art is gonna outlive me. You know, it's gonna be bigger than me. And and already I feel like it's bigger than me, you know, and I feel like it's really humbling to be a part of that process, you know, to be used as an instrument for creativity, even though, you know, a lot of it filters through my experiences and my, you know, expression. But it's like, ultimately, what does that all mean anyway? What if all of that is just a culmination of the creative process, you know, or the creative force that is like this universe, you know, making, you know, conspiring through those experiences to do what it wanted to do in the first place the whole time, you know? Maybe it's the expression of the universe through me, you know, or God through me. But yeah, I feel like it's not about art. It's literally about something so much bigger. The art is a byproduct of it. I feel like it's so much deeper than just paint on canvas, for me, at least. And I don't know how other people feel. Maybe people think it's, you know, that sounds like bullshit. But I really feel like if you know, you know. Because the fact is that there is something so deep and so special and even spiritual about all of this, for me.
All right, well, that was a really, really great elaborate answer. But one thing I'll say is try to, because I feel like you're answering other questions before I ask them.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I know, so I was just like, all right.
But that's fine, because now you don't have to ask those questions. You can
True.
you can build on what I've said.
So for the edit, some things I need to be
Have continuity.
No, it's hard to edit it if you're speaking
Bouncing around.
If you're bouncing around, so like you don't feel it's not the end of a sentence.
So say less.
No, just fragment your thoughts and take
Okay.
pauses between things that you say.
Okay, no
So
problem.
Like, my favorite color is red, but also my favorite color is yellow, but also my favorite color is green, and it's hard to cut between I just wanted to get my favorite colors, like that one.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
That's all it is. Like, I feel like sometimes when you end a sentence really great, and then you say, but also, and then you.
Yeah.
I want like that ending of a sentence is like.
Let it be the end.
Let it be the end of the sentence.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
otherwise, I think all that's fucking great.
All right, thank
that
you.
was a lot of great information.
Okay.
So I have a question I just thought of just based on what you just said. That's probably kind of like taking a step more like macro. How do you feel like, and I know the answer to this because I've spent so much time with you that I know the answer, and I feel like people deserve to know if they haven't spent this time with you. It's how has art affected your view on the external world? Like, from my perspective, like your love for an ant that you feel.
I'm not talking about my love for an ant.
I'm just saying, it's so like your love for nature is one, right?
Yeah.
The way that you consider nature art.
Yes.
And then the littlest ant is just made from the hand of God. You know,
yeah.
Like it's all art to you. Like, how would you say to people that don't know, how has art affected your worldview and the way you look at that you perceive the outside world?
Got it. So I feel like art actually, it affects the way that I perceive the world in a very big way. I feel like I am very accepting and receiving of everybody. People that other people don't like, I receive them. Actually, I receive everyone exactly how they are, the way they present themselves. Even if it's not always appealing, you know, the way people are, I feel like everyone is art. Like everyone is their own canvas, you know, and not every canvas is beautiful, and not every person is always going to express themselves in a beautiful way, you know, but there's purity in that because people are going to be who they are. And the same way you wouldn't, you know, hang up every painting you've ever seen on your walls in your house, you know. I don't necessarily invite every single person into my circle, or, you know, I don't try to embrace every single person, but I embrace the idea that it's okay. It's okay who people are. And it's okay to let them be that without trying to change them. And I think that when I walk through life, that mindset, I feel like it makes my life more fluid, because now there's no resistance. I'm not resisting who the person is. I'm not resisting, because it's just like with the art, when it comes, it's just like, I don't resist it. I just do it, I paint it, I receive it. If the canvas is saying to do that, then okay, this is what we're gonna do. But there's also a balance, because sometimes I have to draw back and say, like, it's like I feel like me and my canvas, me and my art, it's just like a relationship. So I'm like, all right, honey, we're not doing that right now. I know you want me to do this, but it doesn't fit in the composition. And I literally feel like I have a dialogue with my work in a way that is a collaborative effort, and I feel like that's how I move through life with people. I feel like it's a collaborative effort. Everybody is different. Everybody is pushing and pulling different energy. And I feel like once you learn how to navigate and flow through that, you know, it's like cake. It's like oil paint on a canvas. It's simple. It makes it easy.
Muy bueno. Let me just check the video. Damn, she looking fine as fuck. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna talk more about the perspective from your art. Like, what does your art aim to say or do?
Okay.
That's being created by you.
So what does my art aim to do or say when I'm creating it? You know something? I feel like, one, authenticity. Authenticity right off the bat. That's always what I'm aiming to express, is the authentic expression in that moment, and it's always different. And I feel like it's funny, like, answering all these questions, because I never have to think of these things when I'm creating. I never have to contemplate why or how. There's no rhyme or reason. It is because it is. I am that I am. It's like I'm an artist. I express. If I'm angry, I'm going to express something in my art that might reflect that. I may not even do it blatantly. I might just do it in my color usage. I might do it in creating something that is just loud and bold, and maybe the viewer may not even see my anger, you know, but it's in there, and I know that. I feel like defining it ruins it sometimes, you know? I feel like and I know that I keep on reverting back to this expression, but I feel like my breath has no form, but it has purpose. And when I create, it doesn't really have any form. It's just all purpose. It's all intention. It's all love. It's all authenticity. It's all fluidity. It's just the natural expression of just this energy that becomes this masterpiece to me. And so I feel like when I'm creating, the message is always different, but I would say the one consistent message that I'm trying to send is to be authentic. Be authentic, and it's not even for the viewer. It's really for myself. It's a message to myself. Like, be true to your own expression. Be true to yourself, Natalie. You know? And when I'm doing things, people always give me advice on the things that I should paint, gimmicky things sometimes that I should paint to get people's attention. But I feel like, why do people think we're not enough? I feel like I'm enough. I feel like what I have to say is enough. You know, I don't feel like I have to over-explain my intention. I feel like it's enough that I'm doing it. It's enough that I am, and it's enough that my paintings are, you know, like to be, you know. I feel like all of that is enough. And I don't feel like, you know, I feel like it just, again, it loses its value when you try to over-explain it, because I feel like the art explains itself within the heart of the viewer. The art explains itself within the mind and the contemplation and the perspective of the viewer and where they're coming from in that moment within their lives. And that's the connection. That's what's so beautiful about art, is that, you know, we may not have these great artists anymore that once were. We still have great artists, but the point is that the artists that are no longer here, their work is here. Their work still is here to be enjoyed by people. And I feel like they don't have to be explained. People relate to them internally, because that's what art does. It just connects to people where they are. It meets them where they are. And that doesn't require an explanation if you're the one receiving it, because you just have to know how it makes you feel. You just have to know that it makes you think. It has to make you think. It has to make you feel something. And it doesn't have to be explained. It doesn't have to be dissected. It just has to be felt.
Okay, so rolling. This is the second take. So Natalie, how would you describe your creative process to the people that obviously you don't know?
I feel like my creative process doesn't have much structure. I don't sketch out my paintings before I paint them. I do a lot of staring at the canvas, to be quite honest with you. I do get inspiration, don't get me wrong, from things I see in nature, from things around me. And then immediately when I get an idea, I'll write it down. I will do that. If I'm like sleeping, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll even write in the dark, just the idea really quickly, or I'll put it in the notes in my phone. And then when I'm starting a new canvas, I'll retrace those ideas and I'll go back and I'll look, and then I might look for references online in order to execute the image that I have in my mind. But then like the first idea that I had in mind, it'll naturally evolve and take on a life of its own. And that's where the canvas comes in. That's where the art comes in. And it does what it does. So there's really not too much structure. I get ideas, I write them down, and when the moment is right for those ideas to become a reality, it comes and I begin to paint. And it's a very fluid process.
So now pivoting to your upcoming event, what made you want to do it now?
I'm so glad that, don't say that, Natalie.
Hi guys.
Don't make me laugh, please. I am in a zone right now.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Cool.
The reason why I wanted to do this event now, my upcoming solo exhibition, is I feel like it's a natural evolution. You know, I have done portraits, commissioned portraits. I have done commission work. I have done, I did New York City Fashion Week. I did a garment that walked down the runway. I've had my own online store. I've had a blog about just a lifestyle blog about art and fashion. I've just done so many different things creatively, and I've never done a solo show. I've never shown my art. I've painted live in front of people. I've been a part of a lot of different events where I've showcased my art, but I've never done anything that was strictly just for me. That's just my art, my expression, what I like. And I think that I've probably been a little intimidated by the idea of that because I'm very sensitive about my work, as all artists are. And also, I think that maybe before I cared a lot more about what people think. Now I don't. So now I'm just like, you know what? It's my time. I feel like it's just a natural kind of like evolution in my art and for me as a person. And I have a lot to say. I really wanted to do this in 2020. And this was an idea I had in 2019 to do it in 2020. And I was very excited. Then the pandemic happened. And quite honestly, it actually was an opportunity for me during 2020 with the quarantine to really tap into myself as an artist. Like I dove literally just into my soul during that period. And just, it was a period of solitude. It was a period of like introspection. And it was a period where I really, on just a different level, just found this like really amazing dialogue with my art and this amazing like love affair that I like just kind of, I don't want to say that had just started, but like it just like I just like couldn't stop painting. And I couldn't like, I don't know, because to be quite honest with you, there was a moment where I was in a funk and I wasn't painting. And then I had the idea to do a solo show just so I could be inspired. And then the pandemic happened. And then that solitude, that introspection, that kind of like just like that pressurizing from everything that was going on, it was just like, again, like the universe and the art and everything took over. And it was like, oh, you thought you were just going to, do this show so that you can, just move forward in the next steps of, your evolution as an artist. But no, it's going to be deeper than that. It's going to be better than that. It's going to be raw. It's going to be crazy. And so I was able to really like tap into that like raw energy through that like process of compression, like in quarantine. Like, I mean, just like a soul, spirit, like just like, and it was just like, pow. And all of a sudden I started painting, and I just started painting. I couldn't like, it was just, I was excited again. I was like, and all I did was focus on that. I just focused on painting. And now I want to show people what I'm doing. And this painting that is going to be the main piece in the show, I started that years ago, and it just like evolved into this beautiful thing. And it's like, I swear, I kind of feel like we're doing the show, like it's just like, hey, like, look how far you've come. And then my painting's like, bitch, look how far you've come. And it's just like collectively, I feel like it was just the next step. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity in the midst of, such trying times and such dark times, to find light in my art and to find inspiration again. I feel very blessed. I feel very lucky. And I feel like it's an injustice and a disservice, to not do this now. Because to be honest with you, one of the things that I learned during the pandemic is that there are no tomorrows. You just don't know. It's about today. It's about doing it, getting it done today. And I have a lot to say with my work. And I have a lot of things that I want to share with people. And I feel like also I'm ready to face my fears now as an artist, in regards to like how my public will receive it. It's okay. Like, that's at the end of the day, it's okay. It's like, when it's real and when it's beautiful, and I want to share that with people. And it's happening now, it's happening in this moment. And I feel like a lot of it is, just my decision to execute, but even a lot of it is just, it's just life happening, and I feel like life has led me up to this place. Life has ushered me to this moment where I'm going to be able to share, this beautiful part of myself with others.
So, the next question was going to be, speak to us on the journey of putting your vision together for this event.
Okay.
You kind of spoke on that a little bit.
You want me to do it again, more concise, more,
yeah,
and the way you've been telling me to.
You could even elaborate a little bit more on even the journey. Just like, even from where I'm sitting, just like, trying to pull together the space, trying to pull together, the music, trying to pull together the photography, speak to, like, I guess that process.
Okay, let me go. Okay. So it's honestly been a really amazing journey putting this all together. I'm very fortunate that I'm surrounded by a really amazing group of creatives. I'm surrounded by, a really great support system, and it's exciting. I actually like love planning things. Most of my friends know, like, I research everything, and I'm always like planning things, even when I'm not supposed to be the person planning it. But no, this has been an exciting process for me, to, looking for the space, speaking to, actually no, the only person I've spoken to is you. I'm sorry. Let me fix that, because no one even knows that this is happening. So let me start over. Okay. The journey, let me make it natural. Okay.
Well, let's think a little bit about like who you want to mention. I know that you reached out to a friend to help you prime things. You reached out to, well, even the process of getting these frames, like that's its own thing. It doesn't have to be about people.
Okay.
Just speaking
Yeah.
of,
Just that stuff? I don't know.
it could be. I mean, it could be just just because people don't.
Okay,
really know
come,
what it
come.
takes.
Let's go. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I've learned on this journey leading up to this point in creating the show and being now here at this moment where we are, where the show is just a few short months away, is that most of what we think is hard is easy. It's not hard. It's just about execution. It's just about doing it. It's like, okay, what is the goal? To put on a really amazing solo exhibition where I can share my heart and my art with, honestly, the world, with anyone that's willing to come and partake with me. That's the goal. And then it's like, okay, well, what is the real vision, you know? And I've written down a full, mission statement and a vision for how I want the whole show to look to others and how I want the flow of the show to be. And then I just kind of break it down. I try to just break it down into steps, and then one by one, I just take those steps and I execute on the details of what needs to be done in order to accomplish it. But it's not hard. It's really actually very, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's like meant to be right now at this point in my life that I'm doing this, and maybe that's why it seems easy. But I feel like everything has been very fluid up to this point. I have no complaints. And it's been a very exciting process. And I have been very fortunate enough to maneuver through whatever obstacles so far have, come. It's just about being flexible. I think that I honestly like life lessons, because I think that, now that I know how easy it is, I want to do everything. Now I want to just I don't want to stop at one show. Obviously, now I want to do like events, I want to billboard, I want to do these big things because they're possible, and they're possible for everyone. It's just a matter of just having an idea and, having the tenacity to believe that you can have it. The goal to think that, you can be great or do great things. It's just about being consistent, executing on it, and pushing through past anything that would stop you or hinder you from your goal.
So, earlier you mentioned that you wrote down what the message
Yeah.
what the message for your event would be. Are you down to elaborate on what the message for your event would be?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you the question form. How would you break down the message behind your upcoming event?
The message behind my event, the message, the message behind my upcoming event is personal power. The message is empowerment. And I again, another thing, I feel like that sounds so broad when someone says, empowerment or personal power. But I feel like what I'm trying to express through the boldness of what I'm creating is power. Like, I want you to see my work, and I want you to feel, no, I'm not expressing it properly. You can definitely cut that one out. Okay.
You're good. Just take your time with it. You can take pauses and think. It's not like you don't have to rush through the thought.
Yeah. It is personal empowerment. Okay.
Well, let's just sidebar me and you. So it's personal empowerment. You feel just
I mean, literally, that's it, because that's, okay. The message behind my show is personal empowerment. And again, this all leads back to what I was speaking about regarding the compression, you know, the pressurizing of the stresses from the pandemic and everything that I went through in quarantine. It literally is about overcoming. And I feel like that's what I want to, I guess, relay to my viewers. When they step into like my gallery and they step into the exhibition, I want them to immediately feel like the work is the message is power, personal power. And I'm not talking about like my personal power. I want people to see that and be like, wow, that's powerful. You know, I want people to internalize that idea and feel powerful. Because I feel like my expression and what my art, honestly, I feel like across the board, my whole message is empowerment. You know, it's a personal empowerment. I want people to see what was accomplished, and I want them to know they could do that. They can be powerful. You're powerful, you know, and shit. If you don't see it, you know, through my work, I just then hear it through my words. You know, I feel like people are powerful, and I think that sometimes, you know, we see things and we see the greatness in something else, and we think, well, I can be great too, you know? And I feel like I get that. I get that feeling when I see Frida Kahlo's work, you know? Her personal power empowers me as a woman, you know? And there's many other great artists that do that for me. I have, you know, not to like drop names or whatever, but like I have another, you know, artist that I really love. Her name is San Wonner from California. And I feel like there's so much personal power in her work. When I see that, I feel powerful too, you know? And I want that when people see my work, I want them to see the power in it, and I want them to think, damn, I'm powerful too. You know, I want it to be like an energy flow where it's just like you're taking it in, and, you know, it's like you're using that, you know, for yourself, you know, when you go out, you know, into the world and do whatever you do. You know, if you're a woman and you see, you know, the work that I do, I want you to feel like, damn, like, yeah, like, you know, like you feel that feminine, personal, you know, power, you know. And if you're a man, you know, I want you to see that power, and I want you to be like, I want you to, you know, feel that power. You know, I feel like art in general, just the arts, is the most powerful thing on this planet. Like, think about it. I just read something today that, you know, cultures aren't remembered by their bankers or their like businessmen, but it's by the arts. That's how we define cultures, by the arts, the architecture that's left behind, you know, the artisans, you know, the pottery and the inscriptions on the walls or in the caves, or, you know, it's like there's power in that. Like it stands the test of time, you know, and there's like so much purpose in that. And when I paint, I want people to see purpose, you know, in what's created. I want them to feel like, you know, they're gonna be like, damn, that's bold. Yeah, that's right, it is bold, you know, and tap into that. That's a beautiful thing. Be bold, you know. Damn, that's crazy. Like, you know, I don't know if I vibe with it, but, you know, it's authentically her. Good. You don't have to vibe with it, but be authentically yourself, you know. Like, I want people to like have the same dialogue that I have with my art when they see my art, you know. And that's why I never try to control how people see my art. I want them to see it from where they're coming from. I want people to see it, you know, from the place that they're at. But I know one thing that I definitely want them to see is I want them to see power, personal power. That was horrible. That was horrible.
No, it wasn't.
It was
What are you
horrible.
talking about?
I hated it. But it's okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
How could you hate it?
I did.
That was great.
No, it wasn't articulated properly. Because again, it's like so hard to articulate these things that are not intended to be articulated. It's never,
Don't worry. Half
you know?
the articulation is going to come from my hand. I'm going to edit these things in different concise ways, and I'm going to have things where they breathe.
I want to be there when you
Okay.
do
so you
this.
can come
I will
over.
make myself available.
Maybe you can come over to my house whenever you want.
All right, go on.
Listen, it's going to be fun. Okay, last and final question.
Yes.
After it's all said and done, what are you hoping to take away from this upcoming experience with the event?
When everything's said and done, I hope to take from this experience, I guess probably like I want to say if I was just speaking to you, right? I'm trying to practice how I want to articulate this. Like I want to expand on the personal power that I already feel. So like with where I'm at right now, I don't feel like it's like even yet my highest expression. I feel like when I accomplish this goal, I feel like there's even more available to me because I accomplished the goal. So I feel like what I hope to get out of it, outside of just sharing my art with other people and actually like accomplishing the solo show and the execution of these pieces, I want to be able to expound on the personal power that I feel that I already have, but that I'm yet to acquire through being able to make this a reality.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful ending. Is there anything you want to say that you feel you left out, you feel you want to touch on?
No, I'm not a talker. Like, I am a talker. I am a talker, yes, obviously I'm a talker, but not like in like being put on the spot type of talker,
Fair enough. Well, I think what we could use right now is like maybe a segment where you're kind of like, hi, my name is Posh Pirate. I'm an artist, and I'd love for you guys to come and join me at my upcoming event in September. Stay tuned for more details or something like that.
Yeah.
Something more marketing.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
Action.
Should I look into camera?
Yeah. That would
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
You want me to sit over there, or you Gucci?
No, 1 second.
Can you share still recording? Yo, I wasn't recording the whole time. I'm joking. Look at that face.
Yo.
Look at that face.
I'm like, because I know you're joking. I knew you were joking.
Nah. I got you on camera.
Whatever. I knew you were joking though, because I'm like, he's way too calm. Because I know you. You're jumpy, so you'll be like, oh my God, wait, what? Or like,
Why I gotta be jumpy?
because you are. It's just who you are. You always. No. All right. Okay. All right. So don't. Why you got me laughing?
You know that's what I do, baby. What you mean?
1 second. Okay.
You sound like a crackhead
Right.
out here.
Okay. What am I saying again?
So you can say something like, hi, my name is Natalie Posh Pirate, however you want to introduce
Yeah.
yourself. I'm an artist, and I'm having a solo exhibition show coming in September of this year, and I'd love for you guys to join me.
Okay.
Please stay tuned for further details. Or something
Okay.
like that.
All right. Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo, also known as Posh Pirate on social media. I am doing a solo exhibition, my first solo exhibition show in September, and I'd love for you guys to join me. Hope to see you there. Stay tuned for further details.
Okay. Let's do it again, just
Okay.
to have variation.
Okay.
And 3, 2,
Hi, my name is Natalie Olive. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, watch.
I know, I didn't mean, I didn't. As soon as I did, I was like, Okay.
All good. And 3,
Okay.
2.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. I'm doing a solo art exhibition in September. I'm super excited and I hope to see you guys there. Please stay tuned for further details. Oh my God, that was fucking horrible. Fuck.
Is your hair okay? Like, you can see it, right? Like the back is like crumpling up or something.
Oh, is it? Well, I'm hoping you can't see that in.
I can see it.
Well, I don't know. I can't see it, but if you can, then tell me. I'll just sit up.
No, you're good. Yeah,
I'll sit up more straight. Fix my titties.
Damn,
Okay.
that was a handful of titties.
I know. I gotta adjust this bra. Okay.
The mic can keep pointed up to you now. The mic is pointing sideways.
Yes. Oh, is it like that?
Yep. And 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. I'm doing a solo exhibition in September. I'm a visual artist, and I'm really excited to share what I've been working on. Please stay tuned. Horrible. Horrible. I just, okay.
All
right.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. I will be doing my first solo exhibition art show in September. I'm super excited and I hope that everybody joins me. And please stay just a stay tuned for further detail thing that is fucking me up.
And don't say it then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I have to say it though.
that's true.
It's a necessary part of it. I just have to just compose myself. Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
3, 2.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. In September, I will be hosting my first solo exhibition art show. Very excited about it. I hope everybody comes to join me. And please stay tuned for further details. It was perfect. I know, I'm sorry.
Why'd you do that?
Because it was bad.
It wasn't bad. Finish it, dude. Even if you
Okay.
think it's bad.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay.
3, 2.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. Okay, sorry. I will. Okay, I can. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. All right. Yes.
3, 2. Yeah, we want to have a minute of tape left.
Okay.
I'll change your card after this.
Okay.
3, 2.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo. I go by Posh Pirate on social media. In September, I'm going to be hosting my very first solo art exhibition. I'm super excited. I hope everybody comes to join me. Please stay tuned for the details.
That was great.
Okay.
I wasn't looking at your face though. Were you?
No, I feel like I was normal.
Okay, I'm gonna cut.
2021, you already know. You know the vibes. Show up. Be there, be square. Posh Pirate, September. Come through. You already know. I love you, Bronx, all day. I'm just kidding.
Somebody's gonna get murdered at this event, bro.
Yo, honestly, I should have shared that. Fucking, when I went to see one of the spaces, I told her I'm originally from the Bronx. And like after that, she was like, yeah, we're booked. Sorry, September is like so far away. You know, we really can't like secure anything. I'm like, okay, literally right after I told her I'm from the Bronx. I'm like, yo, the violation. Listen.
You want to take with your legs open to the camera. You want to do that.
I know, I didn't shave for nothing, shit.
All right, ready?
All right, what are we doing?
Just the invite, swanging,
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Natalie Olivo, also known as Posh Pirate on social media. In September, I will be hosting my first solo art exhibition. I would love it if everybody came. So please feel welcome to join me. I will be sharing further details on my social platforms. Again, that's at Posh Pirate on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. whatever.